Gotta do a little different, a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I had to do a little drum roll to it.
Much appreciated, man. We need some different variety of sound effects, so I like that. So, welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. Thank y'all for checking us out. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we are here for another week, episode 217.
217.
Thank y'all for checking us out. We just, this is our platform for discussing hip hop, hence the shirt. Yep. I am hip hop. So
it's this shirt.
Wu-Tang, you got to throw up the W, you know what I mean? So can't do that, and I'm still excited about going to see them next month.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
You
do my Ghostface impression, make sure he doesn't beat my ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think it's good. You know what I mean? Yo, let's tough this nigga, son.
Oh, fuck you. I'm so ass.
So she feed.
Don't let me those good old
man.
They need to do shit like that on the if they do one more album, they need to do some skits like that.
Ain't they pretty much done, weren't they?
Well, they keep
from what they saying.
I keep hearing rumors that they're working on something secretly. I don't know.
Okay.
No real evidence, but it would be dope if they actually did it. So, but yeah. So, how was your week this week?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. I did the most dangerous shit I could have done. And today, after I went to the gym and worked out, I forgot my little shower slip.
Oh,
so,
you gotta have them shower shoes, man.
Yeah, man. Yes, that shower, you know what I'm saying?
You have to wash your feet 3 times.
I meant to hit that. Yeah, so that's kind of hit.
Hey, that's like, what do I do now?
Because I was debating, like, hey, I might need to put these socks on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about it.
Go home with soggy ass
socks.
Like, nigga, I had to take a shower.
Y'all just pray for me. Pray that I have to take my feet because, you know what I'm saying, taking a shower and shit.
You might want to go get a tetanus shot.
Yeah, I know, right? How was your week, man?
My week was all right. I mean, it was a little challenge on the, I had some challenges with downloading some videos, but, other than that, not too bad. I don't know why, when I was trying to do your lyrical breakdown, my phone just would not convert this video. And so I was like, all right, I'm just going to give up and just, luckily I had enough for a rough draft that I could do. And, so it's not the same level of professionalism I normally try to put on there, but it's there.
Hey, man, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
All good, man. So, but it's a good week overall, though. So no complaints. But
I need to come this way with it. Yeah, because there we go. Oh, yeah, bang. There we go. Yeah, you cut off.
I didn't even notice.
No, I can't do that.
I'm not that important anyway.
Nah, man, shit, I'm
just
don't
some
say
nigga here just picking his boogie.
Yeah. Speaking of not important, nigga, sippy cup they gave. Yo, we would have to eat. So we would have to eat, right? And my man, like, we was up there, we went to the Golden, we went to the Golden Corral, you know what I'm saying? We was eating, you know what I'm saying? We was eating a little bit, and we had this waiter, and my man was like, Kurt was like, look, I just wanted to go cup, you know what I'm saying? So I could put my Diet Coke, put my Coke in, no ice, So my man, was like, all right, I'm about to get stuff to go. My man came out with like a kid cup.
A little elbow cup.
Little kid cup. And he was like, yo, you want a bigger cup? And Kurt's like, nah, man. I was like, yo, this nigga really came through with a kitty cup talking about, you're like a grown man talking about some, you want to take sips, nigga. You want to take sips.
They just gonna make me drink out the kitty cup. I mean, just
disrespectful, man. Disrespectful.
Just leave the cup. Man. Just leave the cup. Oh man, that was funny. I I was like, just leave the cup. Yeah. I'll just deal with it.
Oh man!
At this point, if I ask you to go back and give me another cup, then I might get something spit on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Give me your cup, nigga.
Yeah, give me the cup.
But yeah, other than that, I might need a tetanus shot myself.
Yeah.
But it was been a good week though.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we go too far, I want to give some condolences to the families of a few people we lost. We lost Nichols, known most professionally as Lieutenant Uhura on the original Star Trek series. She just passed away. And also the NBA legend, Bill Russell, man. That dude, man, he was a legend. I mean, a lot of people are probably going to downplay him a little bit, but he was definitely a legend. You know what I mean? So, y'all, we just want to pay some respects and send some condolences out to the family, you know what I mean, of both of them. Because they both, I think, represented, Black people in a good way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you were saying, what was you saying that MLK said to Miss Nichols?
She was going to step down from the Star Trek role, but Martin Luther King said that she needed to stay in there because that representing Black people at that altitude, that means something. Because see, that's the thing. A lot of people, it's kind of funny, like with our culture, when it comes to fantasy, until recently with the Marvel phenomenon and stuff like that, until recently, like Black people kind of shunned that shit. Like it's like, oh, this shit is kiddie, or this make believe shit. But it's very, very important because really, that's how civilization was built. If you do your history, when like Greek and Rome, when they were trying to get gods for to get established, because that's one thing they looked at. All the civilizations had gods,
right,
in order to get established, to get to get their civilization afloat, because of it's not necessarily the god per se or the gods per se. It's the thing behind it. It's like, okay, well, this guy was this and he was able to do this, and then it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? So it sparks the imagination. It sparks that creativity.
Yeah.
So that's why fantasy is important. Just probably as much as it is reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's why that was important to for her to stay in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to ramble on and
on. Good, man.
Yeah,
I mean, definitely want to show us some flowers, man.
Yeah.
For both of them. You know what I mean? They both have made big contributions, for Black culture in general. So, let's go ahead and give them a moment of silence just to pay our respects. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So let's go ahead and jump into some hip hop. You had a good question of the day as it relates to hip hop culture. What was your question?
This kind of it does relate to hip hop culture, but I mean it does relate, to the.
I guess it could relate
to Bill Russell.
Yeah,
Bill Russell.
But
what makes a GOAT?
Yeah. What is it that makes a GOAT? You know what? And that's, I wonder, would it be the same, would you use the same rules in hip hop versus, let's say, basketball? You know what I mean? Or would it be different rules? You know what I mean? It's hard to say. Because it's like there's no real standard for it. You know what I mean? It's just everybody's personal opinion. So I don't know. It's hard to say. But I guess for me, I would like at least to hear. I would like to see consistency as far as whatever your craft is. Everybody's allowed to have bad days, but it should be more consistently good than bad. You know what I mean? And it's got to be stuff where, like in the NBA, where when they need you in the clutch, and they about to lose and they need somebody to get that shot. Somebody like that, like a Jordan who can pull it off, or even a Barkley. You know what I mean? It takes that, because those are the types, you go to. Like, we know if we don't get this shot, we lose.
Yeah, the close.
And hip hop, I guess that kind of, when you are trying to get your career on track and you're like, I really need this song to be right. Somebody who can write lyrics and perform them in a pristine manner. I guess, you need that consistency. Your style, your style got to be above par. It can't just be average. You know what I mean? It got to be where people fear you when you step up to the plate. Because when Jordan get on the court, people get scared. You know what I mean? When somebody like a G-Rap get on the field and on the mic, people get scared. You know what I mean? So you got to have stuff like that for me. So that's a little bit of what I would consider GOAT status. What about you?
I mean, I could probably pretty much agree with you. Let's with Bill Russell. My man, 11 of them.
Yeah.
11 of them.
11.
A lot of people out there, there's some people that the commentators kind of play down on that, like, oh, well, the NBA wasn't this. I was like, look, my man got 11 joints
right
by being a defensive player.
Yeah.
Do you know how fucking hard that is?
Exactly. Defense.
Defense. Not shooting. Exactly. Although he was good at that too.
Yeah.
Not shooting. Yeah. Not defense.
Defense.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Defense. That goes defense. Win championships.
Mm-hmm.
He's living proof of that.
Yeah, man.
So, what I'm saying, I think, like what you were saying with the GOAT conversation, if we would make like a format or something like a set of rules.
A set of rules, yeah.
Someone, like you said, someone that, they fear you.
Yeah.
When you show up, they know it's about business.
Oh, yeah.
You got a record proving that, you're very consistent about what you're doing. When you get to the job, you're going to finish it. You're a closer. I look at things like, like you said, the Bill Russells, the Jordans,
Dr. J's.
Yeah, Dr. J's.
Mm-hmm.
See, LeBron, I don't look at him too much as I'm not saying that he's not a great basketball player. I don't want to take that away from him, but I don't feel he's not a closer. He's not, what I'm saying? He's not really a lot of things that the greats kind of need, kind of facilitate. That's why I look going to the hip hop side. One thing I can say, I was thinking about this the other day, man. It don't love him or hate him. It don't matter when it comes to posse cuts. It don't matter who win. X gonna close that shit down, and ain't gonna be nothing left else to say. You hear DMX? I mean, that's one thing I can say about it. It's like, yeah, when he get on a posse track, and what I'm saying, when he go to close it, no matter who on that shit, it's closed.
It's closed.
He came in to do what he. I mean, and really for him he did that with greats.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, Nas, fucking Shady Kiss, the block, like the greats.
Mm-hmm.
He came behind. Don't matter who it is.
Yeah, that's
closed.
That's it, man.
It's hard to find that shit. So I think of that, like you said, your Nas, your what I'm saying, as a closer. I mean, as a great, as being consistent with the records. I mean, I guess you would throw Jay-Z in there too. I'm not a big Jay-Z fan, but I understand why people would say, like, because of what he did in his track record. And he's been
just open and close.
Oh yeah.
There's not too many of them that can do a good opening.
Oh, and a good closing. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of them are like, I can close it out. Y'all go first. I'll just close it out.
Yeah.
Some of them are like, no, I'd rather open it up. I'm not good at closing. But you can do both, man, you good.
Yeah.
You're real good.
So, yeah, man. So when you got those things, like those components, you look at the G-Raps, you look at the Nas, you look at the Cool J's, you look at the Rakims, the Pacs, the Bigs, you look at that stuff. So man.
Man, that's that just takes me back. I know I saw one interview where Big Daddy Kane was talking about when they did the first symphony record.
Yeah.
And, you know, Big Daddy Kane closed it, which he did a good closing. But he was like, man, it was so hard to follow G-Rap. He said G-Rap just murdered it.
Oh, God, yeah.
He said, I wasn't even expecting all that because G-Rap's verse, I think, was longer than everybody else's. And so he was like, he said to this day that always made him mad. So I think that's why they let G-Rap go last on the second symphony. Because, yeah, you don't want to follow G-Rap. That's a dude. It takes another top tier MC to follow him. So Big Daddy Kane did a good enough.
Yeah, I think he did a good job. I mean, going back listening to it, yeah.
But with somebody with his skill level can look at you and say, damn, you fucked me up. You know?
Yeah.
So you know you good. You know, so but yeah, so but yeah, man, you know, that's our question of the day. Y'all let us know, you know, how y'all feel. What makes a GOAT? You know, what kind of standards or rules do you think? Should we have just some standards, or should we have some concrete rules, or should we just let everybody have their own version? Because it seemed like to me when everybody just does their own thing, people just start calling everybody a GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
here you go. No, he's not. Just because you like him a lot, don't make him a GOAT.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like there's no criteria right now. Everybody's just is just, you know, one thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh yeah, he the greatest. But like, okay, what makes him the greatest? Like what is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I've heard, what's up, R2G2?
R2G2.
Oh, we got Supreme Raw.
Yeah,
what's up, man?
My man.
What's going on, both of y'all, man?
Yeah, I hope, you know, because, you know, Kentucky got hit hard up in the relative subject, but, you know, with the floodwaters. So I hope my man's all right over there.
Yeah, I know. My man Supreme Raw is in the Midwest. Yeah, man. So I got to be careful out there. Because this weather's been crazy, man. Yeah. So yeah, man. Y'all, you know, appreciate y'all checking us out, though.
Yep.
So yeah, you know, that was it for our question of the day. We just want to know what you think makes a GOAT. You know what I mean? What's the criteria? What's the rules? So and don't forget, you know, hit all the buttons: like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Oh, I reminds me. I posted like a Dr. Umar meme. You see that shit?
I didn't see it.
It was in like the Disney princess, and they had the girl from the Princess of the Fall.
Oh, okay.
At the end part of Princess, and Dr. Umar was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, man. Yo,
I gotta check that out.
I was like, yo, goddamn.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, R2G2, we gotta have you on the show again.
Yeah, definitely.
And you too, Supreme Raw. We're gonna have y'all on the show again, man. So, you know, if y'all free, you know, hit us up, let us know when y'all might be free so we can do that, man, so we can get this conversation going. But anyway, I guess we can go ahead and move on to the next and jump into some birthdays. So I got a few here. Back on August 2nd, happy birthday goes out to DJ Spinderella from Salt and Pepper.
All right.
Also on August 4th, Yo-Yo, the West Coast phenomenon, you know what I mean, who was stomping to the 90s. She was one of my favorites as far as the females go, and I remember she made a huge impact when she came out. I was like, whoever she is, man, she is not trying to play games.
She definitely had a style, man.
Yeah,
her style was dope.
So yeah, happy birthday to her. On the same day, August 4th, my man Bobby Schmurda. Happy birthday. Your man, Bobby. No, that's not my man, but you know, I'm gonna give a birthday shout out.
Yeah.
But August 5th, happy birthday to Big Bank Hank.
All right.
You know what I mean? From Sugar Hill.
Rest in peace.
And rest in peace. Also, another rest in peace and happy birthday on the same day to Adam Yauch, a.k.a. MCA from the Beastie Boys. And then on the same day, Funk Flex, happy birthday to him.
Right.
On August 6th, which is it's not today, right?
Yeah, that's today.
My man Freeway, Philadelphia Freeway.
Freeway.
Happy birthday to him, and Fat Man Scoop. Both of them are today as well.
All right.
Coming up tomorrow, we got Gangsta Boo. Happy birthday to her on the 7th.
All right.
On August 8th, the legend Kool Mo D.
I gotta work.
I go to work. I go to work.
What production was that?
I don't know. I don't even know who did the production, man.
Because that wasn't like the new. I think was that the New Jacks? That might have been New Jack.
It might have been. It was from a soundtrack, I think. I just can't remember right off the top of my head, but either way, that dude is a legend. One of the dopest lyricists from the early days of hip hop. One of the pioneers of lyricism.
Oh, yeah.
So happy birthday to him. And then on August 9th, my last happy birthday goes to Dub C. You know what I mean? West Side. Yeah, well, I'm probably doing a woo W, but y'all know what I mean. The W for the West Side.
Yeah.
How they do the
that pose twisted up and do like that.
Yeah. You got to had to twist the finger.
Yeah, see, I had to do that too. You know what I'm saying? I had to do like the joint right there,
twist
it.
Like that,
I mean, I can do it a little bit, but then you gotta.
Yeah. That's good enough.
Yeah.
I ain't from the West Side, I'm from the West Side. But yeah, so happy birthday to all of them. Let's give them some claps if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me hold on with the clap.
Yes, sir. So yeah, we can go ahead on to the next and jump into some new music. I only got a couple of tracks. Benny the Butcher just had a new joint I saw called Time Is Rough. That was dope. They stay consistently dropping stuff, man. The Griselda dudes. So, I gotta give them some flowers, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
And then also there's a new song this dude called Royale. He did a song with Kool G Rap called Carlito and Kleinfield. So that's on that gangster.
Okay.
That's what G Rap is known for, them gangster tales, So and then before we get out of music, The Game did a freestyle recently, and he was dropping some names, man. He threw some shots at a couple of people. He threw some shots at Young Buck, and he threw some shots at Lloyd Banks. Now he also mentioned like Dre and Eminem in the song, but I don't know if he was really throwing shots at them. I felt like he was just mentioning them out of respect, but that's just me. Like he said, I'm the Black Slim Shady. So I kind of look at that as, I'm giving you props.
Yeah.
I want to be the black version of you. But it's a lot of people are taking that as weird because he just recently said he was better than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking all that I'm better than him, and and now you're the black version of him. So that makes you equal, not better. No. So which one is it?
Nigga, got tell it.
So, but yeah, it's an interesting joint. I shared it on our Facebook page. I think it was with the LA Leakers. So yeah, check that freestyle out.
Yeah, they have pretty good stuff.
Yeah, check it out on the Triad Hip Hop Podcast page. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. We all over the place. You know what I mean? So and Spotify.
Yeah, I was about to say something. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
All right, we'll leave it alone. All right, so let's jump into some topics, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to throw out first, but I want to talk about my man who's gotten into politics.
Oh yeah, so let's shout out. Let's shout out Do It Off, legendary member of Underground, Lords of the Underground.
Yes, sir.
He is the first hip hop artist who's actually got an official. He's actually elected as an elected official.
Yeah, he thinks he's a councilman, I believe.
Yeah, in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's clap that up.
That's right. That is huge for the hip hop community. And I saw an interview where he was talking about it, and he said it was important to him to stay in his local area because he felt like he said he got some advice when he was coming up in the game that, you know, if you really want to make a difference, and matter of fact, he said the advice came from Tupac.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to make a difference, you got to start right here where you at. You know what I mean? Don't just blow up and move away and never come back and all of that. So he was like, he took that to heart. And so now he's trying to make a difference in the community. And so that's a dope thing, man. And he's a dope rapper too, man. So shout out to Do It All. You know what I mean?
I mean, that right there really kind of speaks testament to what, not to, you know, shine away from Do It All, but that testament kind of shines to what like Pac was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when, you know, people were trying to downplay him and all this other stuff. But like, think about it. That man said that. I mean, that man was like, what? He had to have been at least 20 or something.
Right.
To think like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And now, shit, man, you can't get 20 years old to, you know, make sure that they got their own damn, you know, find they they hole in the ground from their ass.
I'm telling you, man.
I mean, but at the same time, now I will say this. I will say, like, some of the youngest coming up now, I think they do realize certain things, and I'm saying, I know it's not everybody, you know, this onto this stupid stuff. I know it's like, you know, they're just like with anything, like they're just showing the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like the bad, the worst of us. But there's actually people doing, you know, the youth actually doing some stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, shout out to him, and you know, shout out to Jersey for even having him to represent them. You know what I mean? That's dope. That's huge.
The only thing I had about the interview, they were just so focused, kind of so much like, yeah, he was a hip hop artist. Okay, that's fine.
Right.
But let me know, what is he planning to do? I mean, I know he can't give everything.
Yeah.
But
focus on that more though. You know,
let's focus on like with the councilman.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's in there. You know what I'm saying? Because Willie D and Bun B was trying to get in there, and they were prevented, unfortunately. Well, Willie D dropped out.
Yeah, I think Scarface was prevented though. I know Scarface had ran for something like mayor or governor or something like that, and I think he had to step back. But you know, I'm just glad that it's happening. You know, I'm glad that it's showing that, you know, these rappers got good heads on their shoulders. They're just not people who know how to make words rhyme. You know, they actually want to do something for the community, and you know, it shows you their level of intellect.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's dope, man. So yeah, and Mr. Funky Man is still out there. You know, he's still doing his thing. Yeah, he still raps every now and then. I've seen him do a freestyle or two here, or a show appearance. I know Redman brings him out a lot, you know, when he does his shows, because they're both from New Jersey.
What he needs to do, Mr. Do It All, you need to have an album called Closed Cabinet. All right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Closed Cabinet.
Yeah.
And they gonna, you know what I'm saying, have some of the political raps on there.
I agree. That would be dope. That would be dope. You know what I mean? Do some political commercials where you rap. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know?
I mean, because I think it would be good to, especially like, maybe not necessarily for the youth, because I understand that's the rapping he was doing. That was the different. That's different rapping from a different era. But to show that, hey, this music belongs. Like this is our stuff.
Right.
This belongs. You can use that in that platform. That would be great. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, once again, shout out to Mr. Do It All. I forget his government name. I apologize. I wanted to remember it, but I apologize. I don't. But, shout out to him. We follow his page on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I think I follow him on my personal page as well. So yeah. But, all right, we can go ahead and move on to the next. Do you want to talk about anything specific, or you want to go into maybe?
Oh, we can go into the drink champs.
All right. So yeah, my man's Irv Gotti and Ja Rule did this latest episode of Drink Champs, and it was a pretty good one. Now they both have actually been on the show before, just separately.
Okay.
Ja was on there one time by himself, and Irv was on there one time by himself, but they decided to do it together. Now,
Ja pretty much. Well, outside of Mike Geronimo was his first artist, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And you know, for the most part of the interview, it's mostly Irv talking because Irv, you can tell he was trying to get some stuff off his chest. Because they asked him about Ashanti, and you know, basically, she had recently, not too long ago, got a star, like a Walk of Fame star, or something like that.
Yeah, on a Hollywood Hall of Fame. Yeah,
and he didn't show up, so it was like, you know, Nori was like, I was wondering why weren't you there. And he was talking about how basically him and Ashanti don't get along no more. Ooh. And I didn't know that. But basically what happened, which this took up most of the whole show, he went on to explain that Ashanti approached him saying, I want my masters. So, you know, this is a big conversation now in the music business, you know, whether you should take your own masters or leave them. And basically Irv denied her. It was like, no. And I get his reasoning. You know, he was like, basically, the artists can keep making money. All they got to do is keep doing tours every now and then, you know, and they get little residuals. But somebody like me, who's the producer or manager behind the scenes, I don't get no more money after you stop making music.
Yeah.
So he was like, that's the only way I can make any residual income is by owning your masters so I can get paid when the song gets played and that kind of stuff. So I get that, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess for me, I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. If I were him, you know, I name the price. You know, this is going to cost you. If you really want these masters, here's my price. I wouldn't just say flat out no, because I'd be like, I'd say, yeah, I got to eat too. You know what I mean? And I can't, you know what I mean? This gives me monthly income. So if I sell it to you, I'm done.
Yeah, that kind of posed a problem.
Yeah.
Because I think, and really honestly, I kind of overheard someone saying this again. I don't know if it was Carcino or, but he's like, shit, if you really think about that Murder Inc. catalog, as far as like the rappers, the artist, the person that was the most fired was Ashanti out of that whole camp. Because they did, like, because the Murder Inc., you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was Murder Inc., and this is before G Unit, obviously.
Right.
So it was Murder Inc., it was Rockefeller, it was the Rough Riders.
Bad Boy.
So really, yeah. But I mean, as far as like that 2000 run, like the early 2000 run, it was Rockefeller, Rockefeller, Rough Riders.
Yeah.
Murder Inc.
Yeah.
And really out of all of it, because really out of all of it, it's just like, to me, like Murder Inc. was kind of like the weakest. But Ashanti kind of made with the records, with the Biggie sample and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Like she kind of made that label. I kind of have to agree because really that's the only me, honestly, and I'm not like a Ashanti fan like that, but she's probably the most memorable one outside of Ja.
Yeah.
Because everybody else,
I agree.
Like Cadillac Time, Cadillac Time. Who else?
It was Ja's other. What's his name? Black Child.
Yeah.
He was there. Then it was like one more, but nobody else was really making noise. Like
no one else was.
So, and they did actually propose a question. It was like, well, if Murder Inc. did a versus, who could they go up against? And Irv Gotti said he thinks it would have to be Bad Boy.
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't agree with that, but
Bad Boy will mop you with and I don't even like the nigga, but mop you with the puffy shit alone.
Right.
Just puffy shit. Not having puffy. Not puffy with Biggie. Not puffy with the lot.
Right.
With the puffy shit, he'll bop them niggas.
They could just play some Total in there.
Yeah, he plays. Yo, I'm telling you.
On, man.
I'm telling you.
Total of 112.
Bad Boy?
Yeah.
The fuck you thinking?
Yeah, they would take y'all out. But because they was like, even after the verses with Fat Joe and John, he was like, we got so many more hits. It was like, if we did it, we would have to do like 50 songs. And I'm like, y'all might have a few more, but it ain't that much.
Nah. Now, one thing, when Ja and Joe, when Fat Joe and Ja did it, I'm glad it was friendly competition, but I have to admit, when they first came out, it was almost like they were swinging, like it was. Man, like they back to back the hit, like he counted with this, like it was lovely. But then Fat Joe kind of lost his win, and Ja Rule came, with singing tracks. You know what I'm saying? Getting beat by singing nigga. You know what I'm saying? But and I have to give it to him. His showmanship was great on that. Yeah, it really was. It was. It really was. Yeah. So I have to give it to him. But they ain't fucking with Bad Boy. Especially if they get the Locks back in on there and doing some shit.
Man, listen.
Come on, man.
Man, listen.
If the Locks come in there and they do the chest, the chest, what is it? The head chest to chest freestyle with DJ Kool did. If they do that shit like at the Garden,
man, listen.
Shit,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
They plug the motherfucker, unplug the machine. Cause I ain't gonna be able to do nothing else.
Yeah, cut the lights out. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, saying what we doing? I could be at home watching the Honeymooners or something.
Rapping over the tracks.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so y'all can already hear it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that's still one of my favorite verses right there, boy. With the Lots.
Yeah,
man. They did not come to play that day.
Nah, man.
So, anyways, but yeah, that's it was a very interesting interview. Ja didn't say too much because he was like, I kind of feel awkward because I'm in the middle of it. He was like, I'm in the middle of it, but I'm not in the middle of it because it really ain't my beef. But still, both of them is my friends.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think Ashanti, like you said, should get like a prize for it.
Yeah.
At least, what I'm saying? And maybe she worked something out, whereas, hey, since I got it, now I can, maybe I can kick off, we can mark it in where I can kick off something to you.
Right.
But it's just like, just let it. I mean, cause to me, that looks kind of bad.
Yeah.
That looks bad for you on the business side. I'll just be honest with you.
Yeah.
It looks kind of bad.
I can agree with that.
But I get what you're saying. I kind of understand. Like, this is what I have to do,
right?
Because I'm not getting anything off of the other people from it's just it probably is just Ashanti and whatever Ja Rule.
Yeah, I don't even know. I wonder if he owns Ja Rule's masters. They didn't really ask, but I would assume he probably does.
Yeah, he probably does.
So, but anyway,
it'd be some shit.
What?
50 fuck around and own Ja Rule masters. Yo, that would be.
I couldn't even.
Yeah, if he did that, and if he did that, and Ashanti's, if he did it, I know what you're doing, man. I saw you on the Drink Champs. Let me, so you don't want to buy Ashanti trying to buy the mask? I'm trying to buy the mask now, nigga. Like, give me, what you go get? I double the price. I want Jaws master too.
Yeah. Send that nigga to my office. That would be.
That'd be fucked up.
That would be so overboard.
Oh man.
That'd be so overboard.
Yo, 50, if you listen to this, man.
And I can see him.
I gave you an idea.
I can see him trying to do it too.
Oh man, that would be fucked up.
I would hope they would turn him down. I don't care how much money.
Oh man,
that would be too humiliating.
Yeah, man. I'm recent on a ink right now. It's a horrible. Okay, that's a horrible 50.
I own you, nigga.
It's a horrible 50 impression.
Right.
That'd be hilarious.
But yeah, anyway, man. But yeah, that's it was a good interview. I should check it out. I'm sure they'll have it up on the YouTube page for Drink Champs, where you get the extended version anyway. Because on the when it's showed on TV, they condense it and cut out a lot, so they can put it into an hour. So
Oh, let me shout out Prince Asiatic. He had a question: Murder Inc. and Rough Riders versus Shady Aftermath. I don't know. See, I think that'd be. I don't know. Now, if you combine, I kind of see what you're talking about. If you combine those two camps, to combine those two hits, I mean, and when you say Shady Aftermath, are you saying like, the stuff that Shady did as far as like with him and Dre? Or are you saying like actually like Shady Records
and Aftermath?
Yeah. So I mean that's a good question.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know if that would be done. If it would be done like that.
Yeah. I think if you're looking at it from a lyrical standpoint, of course, Shady and Aftermath will probably win. To me, anyway.
Well, the lyrics, but hits.
Not hit wise.
Yeah, like
not who sold the most. I'm just lyrically. If you were just bar for bar, who's the best rapper, it would have to be Shady Aftermath. If you go based on who was in the number one slots all the time or had the most chart topping songs, you're probably gonna give that to
Rough Riders,
Ja Rule and Murder Inc.
Yeah.
So I would give them that, but for me, I don't really count who sold the most or who was on the charts the longest.
That's a good question because you really think about this. Think about how he answered that question, asked that question, because he said Murder Inc. and Rough Riders. It seems like to me Murder Inc. would have to piggyback off of somebody to really get into the verses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at that. That's a good question, man.
That is hard though, because if you add Rough Riders in there, that makes it even more interesting.
Yeah.
So I hadn't even really put it on.
I would like to see now if Murder Inc. Rough Riders versus The Rock.
Oh yeah,
that would be one for the. Yeah, that would be one.
That would be good
for the ages right there. I mean, as far as that 2000 joint, I would like to see that come about.
Man, I mean, if they can get verses back on track, man. I mean, they had a good thing going.
Yeah, they kind of fucked it up.
Yeah,
they fucked it up, boy.
Now it feels like they don't even know what to do with it right now. You know what I mean? They doing this DJ shit, and nobody even talked about that when it was done. I don't even think that one was free. I think that one you had to pay for it.
See. Hold on. Let me get my speaker back on so I can put the boo button on. Hold on. Speaker went on.
Yeah, man. I mean, I applaud them for trying something new, but I never even heard nobody talk about it. You know what I mean? So
let me put the boo button back on there. Man. I mean, it just kind of went downhill with the Cypress Hill and Onyx thing, man.
Yeah.
I really feel bad about that because I was really looking forward to
you and me.
We were both hyping it up. It's like, man, it's gonna be, I'm willing to hear. And then
nothing. Like, what the fuck is it? What
nothing. And it's like it's like there was no warning, nothing.
Yeah, that was them trying to test the waters on something new.
Yeah, you can't do that with a. Yeah, like I said, you can't do that with a legendary group like that. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? If you have somebody that's coming up or someone that's not that well known, trying to do stuff, which is still kind of messed up to that artist. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the whole thing about the verses. They was, you're gonna get spins and you get spins and other people looking at your stuff, but with that happening,
Yep. So man, y'all just let us know y'all opinion about the whole thing. Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, Murder Inc. They were a big force to be reckoned with.
Murder.
And I mean, one of the first things they said, when how Nori tried to open the show by giving you flowers.
Yeah.
So he was like, this is honestly, he was talking about Ja. He said it's somebody who people are still biting his style to this day.
Oh, I agree.
They are,
Oh, I agree. I mean, the singing rap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean him.
He opened that up, man.
Yeah, him and Nelly. That's what I'm saying. I would love to see him and Nelly went at it because they both kind of had those styles.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah,
that would have been good. Him versus Nelly.
Because that's what I'm saying. They put Nelly up against Ludacris. That ain't no sense.
Man. I wanted Ludacris to go up against somebody more lyrical because I'm like, dude. I mean, Luda is a force, man, and I mean lyricism and everything, and I mean Nelly is a force on the pop side.
Yeah.
So his stuff is more poppy, and so Luda wasn't always into the pop stuff. Luda did more so, main hip hop underground. He just sold a lot,
Yeah.
And he did good representing the whole South. That. Yeah, so I was really annoyed at that one. So I would love to see Luda get a makeover, a do-over. But anyway, I guess we can go ahead and move on. So what you want to talk about now?
Let's talk about the Just Ice joint.
All right, so Just Ice, the hip hop veteran from the 80s, he was doing a lot back then. He doesn't really do too much these days, but he did an interview with allhiphop.com where they talked about him back then, and he talked about, he said he considers himself the first real gangster rapper. He said that people like Ice-T and
Schoolie
D, people give them a lot of respect, but he was like, they wasn't really talking about shit, And I don't know, he sounded a little salty, but I get what he's saying. He's saying that basically he was real gangster. They were kind of maybe throwing a little bit of gangster stuff in there. So, and that was kind of how Ice-T was, because Ice-T focused a lot more on the pimping stuff. He was always talking more so about it. He talked a little bit about the gangster stuff, but he was into pimping them hoes, But one thing I did was kind of hard though.
The one thing I give to Ice-T, especially if you go back and listen to Home Invasion, man.
Oh yeah,
he did drop some knowledge. That's one thing I can say about him. Like, I feel like he's like a watered down KRS-One on certain topics.
Okay.
I mean, what I'm saying now, as far as like the rapping, because he even said himself, like, I'm probably not the best rapper. You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things that Ice-T did. I mean, for him to be Eminem's like influence, because Eminem was really heavily influenced by Ice-T.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can't be no slouch. Right, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, going back to Just Ice. Go ahead.
Oh, and one more thing about Just Ice. I forgot. He actually released new music.
Okay.
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I didn't know about it until the interview, but he talked about it. And I apologize because I forgot to write down. The name of the song. But he got it produced by one of the early hip hop producers, Mantronics.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and Mantronics is dope too.
Mantronics.
Yeah, Mantronics. So Mantronics' real name is actually Curtis. FYI.
Curtis.
The more you know.
Oh shit.
But yeah, so the song actually sounds pretty dope. The beat is real boom bap. He still got his old school flow, so he's not trying to change that for anybody. So, but it's still a solid song. I would definitely suggest y'all go listen to it. I'll go back and maybe share it on our Facebook page. But I forgot the name.
Yeah, I definitely got to look. Yeah, I definitely have to look into it. But yeah, with Just Ice, like I said, speaking of, we were talking about Kumo D with his birthday.
Yeah,
he wrote in the book, there's a guy on the mic that Just Ice is the first original hip hop gangster. He's the one that coined the term. He's, what I'm saying. So now, as far as but going back to what he was saying, like with Ice-T and Schoolie D, before NWA, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were thinking like certain people were gangsters. Like a lot of people were thinking like Rakim and Eric B and Rakim were gangsters.
Yeah.
As soon as NWA came out, it's like that shit went out.
Right.
Because it's just like because NWA showed another side to like the gangster stuff, like what I'm saying, how things was in LA.
Yeah,
what I'm saying,
came from that gang culture.
Yeah.
They was doing interviews with AK-47s. And,
they were doing they went down, like Fab Five Freddy went down there.
Yeah.
And he was speaking with Eazy-E. Eazy-E threw up a gang sign in the middle of the interview. Mm-hmm. Like it was real, son. So you know what I'm saying? So like that I think people don't look at Just Ice And for that, because you know what I'm saying, they kind of got overshadowed with NWA with what they brought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not that they were doing a disservice to them. It's just that they brought a whole different side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just what it's just what it is.
Yeah, but I would suggest everybody check out the interview. And he also mentioned one other thing, you know, no ill will or anything, but he said that one time Heavy D stole a song idea from him. Him and KRS-One were both kind of peeped it and were both mad about it, but said there was never any bad blood. It was just one of those, probably, you know, just the luck of the draw. Have probably just said, I'm going to drop it before they do. You know, I'm going to get to take the concept and do it before they do. You know, one of them.
Yeah, like, you know, got nothing but love for you, baby.
Right. I like what you did with that nothing but love for you. I'm like, let me borrow that.
Let me borrow that. Nothing but love for you. That song's still going hard.
Yeah, man. Heavy D was one of my favorites, man. He had a flow that was so dope, man, because he was half Jamaican. And when you can speak that patois, you know what I mean, you got a dope flow, you know what I mean, you can really spit words rapidly. So
I mean, the thing about that's one thing that someone was saying way back. I was listening to somebody, but they were saying like Heavy D was really just the embodiment of like all things like hip hop, as far as like he was really one of those dudes. He did underground shit, he did hardcore shit, he did pop shit. Like he had, and no one really said nothing about it, really. You know what I'm saying? Because you had some people that was just like, there were some people that was, you know, they'd be like, man, this nigga's pop now, but Heavy D just did it all, and everybody like, man, Heavy's like that dude.
Yeah, man, he was very well rounded. You know what I mean? No pun intended, but yeah, he was very well rounded with his skills.
Okay, so we got Drunk over here saying, hey, y'all seem like hip hop heads. I got a question for you. Definitely. So what's your question, man? Come on now.
Yeah, hit us with it, bro.
Hit us with it on the joint.
That's what we're here for. You know, we love hip hop conversation. That's exactly what we are, hip hop heads.
Yep.
So, but yeah, you know what I mean? While we're waiting on your question, we can kind of move on a little bit. We still want to talk about my man, Alex Jones.
Yes. So anyway, I had earlier episodes, I had this question about, you know, white people. If, you know what I'm saying, if you couldn't bring them to the cookout, but if you wanted to bring them a plate, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, can't take them to the cookout, but you can bring them a plate.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, I'll give it to Alex Jones.
Mm.
Now we got to take that plate back. We got to take the plate back, nigga. You got to take the plate back.
I was never that big on Alex Jones, you know. I gave him respect just because you said he was respectable, but I never could find it. And now, you know, I mean, after this stunt, you know what I mean? I'm glad that he got to pay all that money. How much he got to pay? Do you remember? I can't remember.
75 million.
75 million. I think they said something about he was trying to go bankrupt so he wouldn't have to pay.
Yeah, he tried to go bankrupt. And they was like,
we got you. Oh, nah. You going bankrupt? Okay. Before you do that. Right. Yeah, it's like we already hit the bank. We already know what's in there.
So yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I listened to him, but look, really, to me, when I first started listening to Alex Jones, I'm damn, it sounds like an intervention and shit. Yeah. But like the thing of it is, like I did like the fact that he pointed out like both parties were bad, this, that, and the third.
Yeah. So
like it made sense. So like okay, yeah, you know, and it seemed like he was down with black people because he had interviews with Prodigy,
right?
Rest in peace. He had interviews with Mortal Technique, KRS-One, Professor Griff. But what he did, just like shout out to Thoughts Crimes, because they were basically saying what he did. He took those interviews and kind of neutralized them, you know, as far as like, you know, now he was on the Trump train. It's like, what was going on? Because really, when I was listening to him, before he jumped on the Trump train, they were so against Trump. Mm-hmm. They were anti-Trump until Trump came on the show.
Yeah.
When he came on the show, then they started getting on the Trump train. Yeah. And my thing of it is just like, nah, nah, it's like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't like hate, but I just kind of kept my distance.
Yeah.
But now, you know, going back to the Sandy Hook joint,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it was, yeah, I mean, now I'm not gonna go on there and say, I'm not gonna say he was staged or anything like that, but those people that were tortured or tormented by, you know, the phone calls and people saying, "Oh, well, you ain't had no kids," and
right.
you know, your kid ain't that. Yeah, like that. Those families had to suffer through that. So I do understand them getting their money. So yeah,
man. I hope that drained his pockets. I mean, because he can't have but so much money, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean?
And then that's another thing, dude. He actually texts his damn plans and stuff to the prosecuting lawyer. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm like, damn, you can't.
And then I think they said he tried to delete the text or something like that.
Yeah, no man, it was like they was like
he was fumbling on it when they was questioning him.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga, we caught you.
Yeah. So
you're lying.
So Alex Jones, we're gonna have to take the plate back.
Yeah, we don't need that plate back.
Howard, I need a plate. I worked hard to get the plate. You gave it to me. I need the plate. Look, man.
Right.
Look, I'm gonna have to take the plate. Howard, I need the plate. I need the plate. You gave me the plate. I need a plate so the frogs don't turn gay. Look, man. Look, I hear you.
I was just about to take a bite out.
I was about to take a bite out of the mac and cheese that y'all baked here. That's so delicious. I like how you black people make mac and cheese. Oh my God, it's great. Most horrible Alex Jones.
No, you sound like him, man.
Horrible Alex Jones.
You actually sound like I can't even do that.
I need a plate.
But yeah, man, I bet he need that plate now.
Oh man, let me go back through the comments here. Let me go. Okay, so Drunk had a question. I do apologize. We kind of had to talk about that. So he says, so I know a lot of rap artists had their own labels like Murder Inc. and No Limit, Bad Boy, Death Row. Were those actual labels or imprints? Okay, because new rappers say they got their own label, but they be imprints under big labels like Atlantic and Universal. That is a great question.
Yeah.
Me personally, I mean, I don't know. I mean, as far as like Death Row, I would say that they. I don't want to say they were a subsidiary.
I think there were a lot more real labels back then, but it may not be as many now. But I mean, I would assume there were more real back then. But I mean, they don't do things the way they used to back. You know, now it's because there's no printing of CDs no more hardly, or records and stuff like that. And you know, they just do things different. Everything is just so online, so anybody can say they got a record label. You know?
Well, I think, with Death Row and stuff, I think they probably. Now, this is just me speculating because I don't listen. I don't have the answer to everything. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I would venture to say, yeah, they had their own label, but I would say they probably had like a distribution stuff set up. That's why now, truthfully, I will tell you this. Now, Suge, Jay Prince, it was a meeting back in the day that they wanted to come together, like with Rap-A-Lot and all that stuff. They wanted to come together and be able to control the music, have their own distribution set up. But word found, somebody found out about it, people up top, and they kind of broke that up. But they wanted to get that so they've been able to have control of the music, you know what I'm saying? And I think if they done that, I think maybe especially with the sound now, and especially with the talent, I think it'd been a little bit more controlled. There'd be more people coming from the culture instead of people, you know what I'm saying, coming, you know what I'm saying, like they, like you said, like just coming out. Because really with No Limit, the Cash Money thing, I believe Manny Fresh even admit to it, I believe. Mm. He said that they came out with the with the Cash Money was the answer to No Limit. if you remember back in the day, like in the 90s, No Limit had, those album covers, like those, it was like really unique. They don't want to have until like Cash Money came out with it, and it was kind of like, well, which one is which? Right. So you got, sometimes people got that one, and then so yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, as far as like today's people with their own label, but like what you said, it's just
they do it different.
They just do it different now.
I mean, hell, back then, you call up a record label and go to the address and it's a real office.
Yeah.
I call a record label right now, it might be some kid's mama's house.
Shoot, no.
You walk up to the
office,
house.
The record label, like wherever they sell.
No Limit Records?
Yeah, the record label with their cell phone at.
Yeah. This is my record label right here. You want me to call me?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
The publishing office right there.
You can always reach me. Like, where your office at, though?
The toilet, nigga.
It's in the garage.
The toilet, nigga.
Right.
I be shitting on these.
Recording in the bathroom. Got the little egg foam on the walls of the bathroom.
Yeah.
So it's the studio right here next to the sink.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I mean, it's just different, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
we appreciate that question.
Yeah, really appreciate that. But yeah, that's the thing, man. It's just it just seems like, I think with that deal, I think that really could have, you know what I'm saying? That really could done something if they got that distribution deal.
Yeah,
and things would have, you know what I'm saying? Things really might have been different. I mean, because I think about stuff like that. I mean, like with Lil Fame was talking on the Wake Up Show a couple of years ago. It's like, man, it's like with all the stuff that was coming out, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff that was coming out and stuff, it's like, it shouldn't be like, hip hop shouldn't sound the way it is. Like, you got all these groups coming out. Like, why is it? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Was that his whole question?
Yeah. No, my man said record labels got a Facebook page. Yo, follow me, nigga. Yo, my man.
Total Chaos Records.
Total Chaos Records. Yo, where's the record label? Facebook page, nigga. In the metaverse, nigga.
In the metaverse, you can see our video. Just put the glasses on.
Put the glasses on. This shit
put
up.
The VR glasses on.
Oh, man.
See it. And we here.
Oh man, y'all crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's how they doing it now, man. So
oh man,
it's
RG2 talking about this ain't no motherfucking
yeah, man. And he said Luda was slept on.
Oh, definitely Luda was a giant, man.
I always felt like that, man. I need to do more lyrical breakdowns on him. I think I may have done one. I'm not sure. But he had some stuff where I was always like blown away. I was like, dude, this dude don't get enough credit, man.
Yeah, I mean, the tracks he hooked up with Timbaland, I think they were definitely like one of the perfect, him and Pharrell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He did some bangers with Timbaland, Pharrell, both of them.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, he was dope, man. I mean, he had a pretty good team of people around him too. I just think he did a lot for the South that just doesn't get a whole lot of mention.
No. Yeah, man.
So. But I do think he stopped rapping a little too early for me. I think he should have kept going. And I don't know if he's officially retired, but it seems like he's more so in that I'm enjoying life phase. He bought an island. He's just out there living his best life, living lavish.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you living like that, you can't rap about like stabbing niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you got an island. We don't believe you.
Well, I mean, Lil was never trying to be gangster, but
but I'm just saying
about, being in the streets, the hoes in the area codes, all of that.
Yeah, but when you MC such and such, like, you know what I'm saying? They eat paper bag sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got sandwiches. Nah, nigga, I eat the paper bag and sandwiches, you know what I'm saying? Rapping about, like, hard shit. And you be like, oh, man, I believe this nigga, all right. But then, like, when that same nigga become, like, I got an island now, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't rapping about, like, eating paper. Like, nah, man, you can't do that no more.
Mayonnaise on the bag and I fold it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
He grab it and hold it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He ain't rapping like that no more.
He ain't rapping like that. He ain't hungry no more, man. No. He's still a dope lyricist, man. But maybe that's what pushed him away, just not being able to get the credit that he deserves.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, man. I mean, and you know, the fact that you got lower tier people getting all the credit.
Right, right.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not trying to pit Luda against like T.I., but God,
man, listen.
If I think Luda in his prime would kept going, you know what I'm saying? I think the only person that really could probably two people would probably give him a run to money in the South. Scarface and Andre 3000.
I was close. I was gonna say Andre 3000 or Big Boy.
Oh well, yeah. Because they neck and neck. Yeah.
They both.
So three.
Similar, yeah.
So three.
But yeah, I don't think it would be fair for him to go up against a whole group of outcasts. But yeah, if one or the other, you know, just give me one or the other. Scarface would be dope too, but he's they have different styles. His styles are closer to Outkast. Based on their what they rap about, how they rap. You know, they both do sometimes slow, sometimes fast. Scarface stays in that same tempo mostly, you know what I mean? So I would have rather seen that than Nelly, you know. Yeah, but,
and Luda tried to really, you know, band some people, you know, band people together from the South, like he Pastor Troy, 3-6 Mafia, exactly. Like he actually made, you know, he tried to make it.
What you call it? What's the other ones that he got into the beef with, but he kind of helped them blow up a little bit too. Field Mob. Yeah, those was my dudes right there, man. So I really wanted to see more from them, Sean J.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they kind of stopped rapping too, you know. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, we appreciate your question, man. Did you have anything else? You know, I'm half blind, I can't see.
Yeah, no, I think he's good. He started the record label, only got a Facebook page. You know what I'm saying? You know,
but yeah, man. But yeah, did we have any other topics before we wrap it up? 'Cause I don't know. I feel like I missed something.
I think
that was it.
That's it.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Well, once again, please don't forget to hit all the buttons.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters. We need funds allocated. So we can build the goddamn school. I mean, damn.
Allocated so we can conjugate it and jogatate it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We like some niggas, you know, we need to fabricate, to prefabricate, to deallocate, to just legislate.
You know, to let your mind fluctuate.
To punctuate.
But yeah, I feel like it was something I wanted to show you. I think, you know what I think? I think I got another vinyl I wanted to show you.
All right. So
before we wrap it up, let me see. I feel like it was another vinyl.
So he pulling something out of the closet right now. So that he could, you know what I'm saying, showing the, you know, the vinyl collection. If he can find it. You know, we do, you know, have a little extensive vinyl collection. I might need to start going through my vinyl and kind of just, you know, show some stuff.
Oh, yeah, I think it was this one.
Okay, so we got the Sarface. They're going to speak again with MF Doom.
Yeah. So I added that to the collection.
Classic.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah, y'all need to go check that out, man. Czarface.
I love the back of that is dope.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, that's dope. That was big letters and I like that.
So that was my latest purchase. You know, I'm just trying to build up my little collection. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, one of these days, you know, the whole wall gonna be vinyled out.
Another one, my daddy's records. My daddy's records. All right, I'm stopping because
for Triad Hip Hop Podcast, this is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we'll see y'all next week on episode 218.
218, nigga.
Don't forget to look for that lyrical breakdown sometime in the middle of the week. We break down our favorite artists, one of their verses, bar for bar, and give them some flowers. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all for checking us out.
Peace.